All right, so today is December 16th. Running through pre-market really quick. It's 9:18, a little bit later than I'd like to be on here, but again, it's pre-market, so I'm not going to be taking any trades. So we've already basically done what I would really like to see. So we are within a bearish order block. We get a liquidity sweep. The liquidity was right at the top of this order block right here. We had a nice sweep. We were kind of chopping a little bit, but we finally have gotten a pretty good move down. This is basically my strategy. This is what I like to see. This is the 1 minute, anyways, a bunch of equal highs, but they're on 1 minute, so it doesn't even matter. Um, but pretty much right here would have been enough confluence for me to enter the trade. Again, it was at 9:04 though, so that's not really gonna happen. But we had a pretty strong market structure shift right here. So if anything, I would like for price to retrace back up into here with an equilibrium, and then I'd take a sell here. But again, we got to make sure we always check news every morning, and lo and behold, this morning we have fucking PMI at 9:45 on a goddamn Monday. So, not the best time to have news. I don't know what it's forecasting here. Oop. Wait, let me get informed here. Okay. Greater than forecast is good for currency. So I think if I remember that correctly, that means it's bullish. So we're not seeing that right now. So the only way I would take a buy here is if we get a liquidity sweep of London sessions, which London session basically didn't have any, and I think we're going to see a reversal anyways today. So um, obviously my bias is bearish, but again, this news coming out at 9:45 is just an absolute cuck. So I might be sitting out today. I should probably log into my thing though. Okay, so we're logged in here. We're dialed. But yeah, I'm pretty shocked with with news this week. I mean, if I've already ran through it in another video, but obviously we got a lot of news this week overall, and at different times too. It's not all at 9:30 or 8:30. Like today we have 9:45. I think the other 3 days are at 8:30. And then there's one more day that's at 2 in the afternoon. Yeah, we have a shit ton of stuff. Thursdays in the morning, and then I think Friday is also morning. So we have some news this week, but it's all at different times. So not the best, to say the least. You probably could have caught a pretty nice scalp here. But I don't trade pre-market. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. We had no opening week gap today or this week, so we have in the past had a nice opening week gap, which has made it generally easier, at least on that Monday. I think this. Oh, that's September. Okay, probably not that day. There was a gap here, opening week gap. It might have honestly been over here. I don't remember, but we had an opening week gap, and it was super easy to trade because price always wants to fill in those voids. But moving on the hourly, we see we are definitely within an uptrend, and the only way I would do this is if we got a liquidity sweep to the downside, which we're not really going to get to. And not only a liquidity sweep of prominent lows, but they're also session lows. Like this is untapped liquidity. This was untapped liquidity, and we had a pretty decent reaction off it, but it's also pre-market, so you have to keep that in mind. You're probably not going to get the price action on pre-market. Um, Oh shit, was this the example? Oh no. This was just random. This was in between Thursday and Friday. We had an opening week gap. Sorry. I'm not thinking straight here. But yeah, we're within this bearish order block. We had a liquidity sweep. We weren't within equilibrium, however. So now we're just accumulating. I think we might get that manipulation leg up and distribution down. But we did leave a little bit of a bullish imbalance right here that was like relatively tapped into, but mostly respected. So if you're within London session and you're a fair value gap trader, that could have been a pretty good trade you had. We do have a nice bullish order block right here. Then this candle. Could see a sweep. Did not even get a sweep of Asia session lows. We just moved up. So that's a pretty strong draw of liquidity at Asia session lows. And then these are New York session lows from last Friday. which are very low or very prominent. I figured this was a strong draw of liquidity too, and of course that's where price ended up going. So yes, that's pretty much it on my analysis pre-market. Again, I want to see this go short. We've been seeing a lot of that being a common theme here with price approaching these all-time highs. But again, trading at all-time highs in December with a shit ton of news, that's a lot of shit going against you. Very low probability on these trades. So again, make sure you're de-risking. I'm not one to tell you what to do. I'm just suggesting that you de-risk. I know price action, you might be thinking, oh my God, I had the cleanest trade. I saw a liquidity sweep. I was in the order block. I was in equilibrium, and I saw a breaker structure. And then you remember it's December, and December price action seemingly does not give a fuck about who you are. So we have not been getting the cleanest moves. Again, like I said, I want to see a nice retracement back up here, obviously on a lower time frame, and then probably enter off of that. So we'll see. Have any? Ooh, we do have a fair value gap here. 5 minute. No, we don't. Why do I keep thinking these are fair value gaps? I keep ignoring this candle. So we don't actually. We are within. We do have a 5 minute bearish order block too within this hourly bearish and border block. We do have a little bit of a 5 minute imbalance here, here, here. Yeah, right in here. Oh, hold on, doggy. I want you to retrace, not continue to move down. But yeah, we got a little bit of an imbalance here. We have one here. So we do have some pretty big imbalances that seem to be getting, I don't know. This is a 5 minute one though, so it is a little bit stronger. A little bit of stronger confluence. So we are approaching market open, but I think I'm going to be sitting out today. I just do not like this idea of trading when there's that much news coming out at 15 minutes after market open. So there's market open. So I'm going to unpause this if I see anything, but again, like I said, I'm probably inevitably not going to be taking a trade. So this is a prime time example of why you do not enter a trade at pre-market. As we can see, we had pretty good bearish momentum moving down here, and then as soon as 9:30 hits, all hell breaks loose here. And in 12 minutes, we have PMI coming out. So this is just not going to look any better, probably this morning. So again, this is all-time highs. I wish I could mark something out over here, but there's nothing. So obviously we are just, it's hard to enter a buy. I'm sure for a lot of people, it's hard to enter a buy at all-time highs. I mean, even with so much confluence that you could have, and with it being December, like I said before, it is so hard to try and enter a trade with, with really any confluence at all. It's hard to. So, especially if you're on a funded or you're like on an eval like I am, you need to have a lot of confluence for these trades. And if you simply don't, then it's hard to want to enter the trade in the first place. So this was a high until this. It might still end up being one, but whatever. I was just focused on this one anyways. Just focused on this here, this high. So again, like I said, a lot of the times I'll already know if I'm going to trade during the week or not. So like today we have a lot of news. Tomorrow looks a lot better with retail sales in the morning. This is not going to be affecting the market quite as much. So what I went over on a TikTok video, I might as well do it here, is, oops. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to add a text box. Text. Oh wait, maybe this magnet's cooking me. Hold on. Yes, it is. I knew it. Okay, so breaking down passing a funded account. This is something I'm working on. So 1% per trade, for 50K. Sorry, guys, I'm not very good at typing. Equals $500, right? So if you do that 2 times per week, equals $1,000. You need 3K to pass. Do that for three weeks, and you pass, right? If you break it down like this, which is exactly what I've been doing, is if you think about it, it's like, okay, I take two, if you trade, like, you should already be profitable, right? I'm already profitable on demo. That's all you can prove to yourself, right? I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm a profitable trader. Like you gotta move, you gotta start moving, right? Like I can't just stay on demo my whole life. You can't make money off of that. So I proved to myself I'm profitable on demo. I was profitable for 2 months. I passed 2 fake funded accounts on it, right? So I'm gonna move into a real funded account. I'm breaking it down. Okay, 1% for 50K, right? If you go to buy here, take profit, 1%, around $500, right? Whatever, 1.02%, whatever. I'm risking the same amount, right? I obviously will move the stop loss to half of that, but um, break it down. So 1%, 50K is $500. You do that twice, you make $1,000. Great job. You do that for 3 weeks, right? You pass. Now, if I'm following my trading rule, 1 trade per day, even if I win all 5 days of the week, I don't even pass the funded account. So there's no point of pushing it, right? Like, I'll take my trade for the day, whatever. It's a win, it's a loss. I do not care really. As long as it's high quality setup and I follow my trading plan, that's all I care about. So if I'm able to do that, this should be a very real possibility in like a month. I should be able to pass this. So, like I said, you have to prove to yourself that you're already profitable. I've already done that. And then you move into a funded account, which I chose Apex. Apex is phenomenal. So far, as you can see, it took 2 seconds to log in. I'm in the Apex funded account on TradingView, which I think is the best thing. But market-wise right now, not seeing much. Obviously, we see this big-ass doji candle. We see these fucking fat-ass candles that are just doing jack shit. This is looking like the other day, and we're probably going to get another explosion one way or the other from from PMI today. So, not very favorable conditions to say the least. But obviously, like I said, you just got to be patient. I mean, if you're not patient in these markets, then it's tough. It's very tough. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for today. Just kind of going over some pre-market stuff. Obviously, I'm not gonna be taking any trades today. Just like I said, too much news coming out. Already was like mentally checked out. Like last Friday, I saw how much news was today, and I was kind of already mentally checked out, let alone today seeing this. So, obviously, not gonna probably be the best price action from the morning session, and that's all I trade. So, I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you guys for watching.